Hey everyone, Aditya here. Today we are going to learn about After Effects. So this is a quick course for After Effects and just for a starting point in After Effects. So without any ado, we'll go and create our first animation. Before that, we will set our preferences and user interfaces in After Effects before going to create any animations. So I'm going to open my After Effects. So once you open the After Effects, the UI will look like this. The thing you have to do is just ignore this panel, close it, and now we are going to work on this panel. The first thing we need to make sure we have to be in default. So here we have a section called workspaces. So these are all different kinds of workspaces. So first thing we have to set, we are in default workspace. And if your default workspace is not looking like this, you just click on this hamburger menu and click this reset to save layout. First of all, we need to set few preferences. So to edit preferences, go to the edit and there you have preferences option, and inside preferences, go for general. In the general preferences, if you see the default interpolation is ticked, then just untick it, because if we specify this interpolation to linear, if we add some animations like going up or rotations in our clips, those will be in linear motion. But that thing we don't want. We are going to do some spiral things. So just untick this default spatial interpolation to linear and click OK. And also we need to set another option, that is in display. Go to display and inside the display you have motion path. The default one selected for not more than this time, and just select all keyframes. I will explain regarding all of these options in depth in the comprehensive lectures, but now just select all keyframes and click OK. So now your workspace is ready for your first animation. Now we will import media or files, music, images, anything into our project. So how to do that? We can do double click here, it will open Explorer to import. Otherwise, you can do other thing, you can go to file and go to import file, single file or multiple files like this. But the easy way I would suggest, you just go to your Explorer where you have your files, right? And just take your image and drag to your project. So once you are dragging here, it is asking about few options. The import kind. So just import it as an composition retain layers. So and in the layer options, keep edible layer styles. Okay. So the thing I've imported is a PST file. So which has layers. If you have Adobe Illustrator files, you can use the Adobe Illustrator files in the same way. Okay. So once I imported, I have my PST file has been created into layers. You can see that I have so many layers here of my PST. And likewise, there was a composition has been created from that layers. So this composition is the thing where we edit and do some animations, add layers, and render finally to an output. So all the things we will do inside this composition. So this was created when I imported this image, which is an PST image. So you can see that we have different layers here like bike with rider image layer and ramp layer, road with houses layer, and also some background that is not visible to us. Now the space here you're able to see is usually called it as space, and this timeline usually called it as time. So this is x and this is y when you compare with a graph. Now I can see, right, we have this layer and we can move that layer to different places in this space. We are not adding any animation here. We are just moving our layer to different places. Now, if you see this timeline, now it is currently showing up to 30 seconds. But I don't want up to 30 seconds. 7 seconds is enough for me. So how to change the duration? So for that, first thing you have to select your composition here. Bike with houses is your composition and right click. After right clicking, you will get in composition options. Click on composition settings. In the composition settings, everything leave as it is, but here in the duration section, it is showing 29 seconds, 29 frames. So just I want only 7 seconds. So I added as here 7 and I'm just removing 29 frames to 0 frames and click OK. So here you can able to see that the value has been changed to 7 seconds. And this timeline you can able to zoom in and zoom out using minus and plus symbols. So based on your convenience, you can able to zoom in. So if your layers is not displaying up to end, so you need to drag that layers to the end by using this double arrow symbol. So once you keep your mouse at the end of the layer, it will show this double arrow. It will show this double arrow symbol and just click and drag to the end. Similarly for all the layers. Likewise, you can drag your layers to end of your timeline. So now you are ready for your first animation. Okay, now we'll start our first animation in the After Effects. Before that, we'll save our file. To save our file, we have to go to File, and in the file you have Save and Save as options. So I will click on Save. So this is demo After Effects project. It got saved now, and you can use Control plus S also to save the file. So now before before starting our first animation, the first thing we have to do, we have this animation or this houses, which is our background. So if by mistakenly if we drag this house will disappear. So the first thing we need to do, we need to lock this background layer. So to do that, you go to this panel where you have layers and select your background and click this lock button to lock your background. If I try to move it, it won't allow us to move because it was locked. And there was another layer called background which is not necessary for us. So I'm deleting this thing. To delete, just select the layer and click delete. So now we have these 3 layers. In the 3 layers, we have locked the background layer. Now we are going to apply our animation on this bike. So to apply animation, first thing you have to do, select that layer, and after that, here you have this drop down symbol, click on that. If you click that, you will get a transform effect. So if you click again, you have clicked this drop down button on transform, you will get different options like anchor point, position, scale, rotation, and opacity. By using these options, you can transform your layer with different animations, different positions, right? You can change different positions like this, and you can do some rotation, and you can do some scaling, scale and scale out, and also you can increase the you can decrease the opacity of the file like this. So to undo the changes what we have done now, just click Ctrl Z to get it to its original state. And we have this anchor point. So in the middle we have this thing, right? This is anchor point, and regarding this we will discuss later in the comprehensive course. Now we'll try to do some animation here. So first thing, if you see here in the position or scale any option, I'm taking the position and I'm clicking here the stopwatch. So if you click the stopwatch, you got a keyframe here. And by using this keyframe, we can do animations. So for example, we have added a keyframe here so that we are specifying at this point of time in this space, the object should be placed here. And after something, for example, after 1 second, I want this object to move to other place in the space, in this space. So for that, you just click your object and move to the place where you want. So now in this point of time, you are telling this object to be present here. Now we will play this by using spacebar, or by using this handlebar we can drag back and forward. So I am using this handlebar. We can call it as playhead also. So I'm pressing space to play, right? So the bike started from the starting point where we had a keyframe. After some time, we asked this object to move forward. So it has happened here. So what is this motion called in terms of After Effects? This is called interpolation. So what we are doing between two keyframes is called interpolation. Now we will do some other stuffs using this object. For example, after 2 seconds, right, after 1.5 second, I want it to go like this, and after 2.5 seconds I want bike to jump up. After 3 seconds I want it to get down. Yeah, I want it to get down like this, and after 4 seconds I want it to land here. So we'll play and see how the animations will work. Okay. Now here if you see, my bike is very slowly dropping down. Usually going up it should be slow, and dropping down should be fast. But here the bike is coming down very quickly. So to increase speed, we have to do what we have to do. So first thing we need to do is select a keyframe. So in this space you want to increase the speed. So just drag your keyframe nearer to the before one, so that the time between two keyframes has been decreased, so that object also will come down quickly. Similarly, if you want to increase time here, you can increase here so that it will take more time to jump and less time to get down. And we can add more also. For example, in the top, no, in here, if you want to do some kind of high jump. So when we see here, the bike is going straight, even though we have this obstacle. And if you see this path, usually we call this path as a motion path. So only the position attribute under transform, only position attribute under transform will have this motion path. Will create this motion path. Apart from that, there is no other way to create a motion path. Now, if you see this bike front is just going on the ramp, but it's flying in the same direction. It's not oriented towards our motion path, right? Our motion path is in this way, but bike facing is in this way. So to change that, to orient our object along the motion path, first thing we have to do is we have to select all the keyframes. Once you select those keyframes, go to layer, and inside layer you will have an option called transform. Inside transform, at the end you can able to see this auto orient option. You can use Control Alt O also. So click this auto orient option. In this option, it will open this box, and in this box you will have an option called off and orient along path. Click orient along path. So if you see, based on the motion path we have created, our object has oriented its path by itself without our intervention. And here it is behaving somewhat different, so we'll change that. Now it's good. So yeah, we can move some. Okay, so now I want this jump should be happen near the ramp. So now it's happening before itself, so we just click this anchor point and we can move that here also, like this. So if you click here, it will provide these options to make curves also. So this is like a hard angle. Hard angle is nothing but a linear motion, and we are changing linear motion to make it more curvy like this. So you can make more curves like this whenever wherever you want. So here also I'm changing the curve like this. Here also I'm making curve like this, and finally I want this to be straight like this. So we'll try to plane. Okay. We'll again try to play now. So like this we can do the animation by using the keyframes, and by using the options under the transform. And if you want to edit, look, if you can able to see, right, this line is too straight. This line is too straight, and if you want to make this thing as curve, you just select pen tool here in the Adobe in the toolbar and just click here to make it as a curve. So it's already in curve. So what it's happened, it's make it as a straight path now. So you want to make it curve again, you just click here. It will make a curvy path for us. So that is the use of pen tool here. Pen tool has been used in many ways. So one of the way to make an curvy curvy motion path to straight lines, a linear motion, and linear motion path to curvy motion. So this is our animation, and you can do much better than this. So this is just an example, that's it. And apart from this, we will try to add some music here to sound better. So I'm going to import some music. So I have this music here, I am importing it, and we can drag this music to the to at the down of the timeline, and we'll try to play now. Okay, again. Okay, it's looking nice. So likewise, we can add music to our videos, our graphics, and yeah, this is it. You can play around different options and check. You can make it even better, right? You can make it even better by changing these anchor points. Now he is jumping over the road, so we can change that, and we can move the ramp also. If you see, this ramp is very awkwardly placed, we can move a little bit forward to look nicer. So we can change these keyframes to get the animations we want. That is it for your first animation. And yeah, you know about different things now. You know about different things now, how to import media into the After Effects and how to add keyframes, what is transform, and how to move through these keyframes, and how to create a motion path, and how to make it as a curvy path, linear path. So now we will look how to render our videos. So before rendering our videos, we need to make sure we will mark out of our video. So mark out is nothing but the place where to set our video in and out. So by dragging this here like this, we can set our video in and out for the rendering. So export and rendering are the same here. So first we need to ensure our in and out has been set properly, and after that go to composition where you have add to render queue option. Once you click on add to render queue, you have multiple options here like render settings, and we have output method, and also we have output to. So if I click this render settings, usually set its best. We have different things, but best is fine. And for resolution, we keep it as full, and we can ignore the remaining things. No need to worry of that, and click OK. Now regarding the output mode module, so you just click that and check whether it's checking for H.264 for you. Otherwise, check that. And unlink this is not required for us. And the remaining options we can ignore as of now and click OK. So once it's completed, we can specify the output folder where we want uh, to output our media. And also we can add multiple media places also. So once I click here, it is going to this explorer, and go to the explorer and select your particular place where you want to store your videos. So I'm just selecting here, and yeah, So once done, we need to click on the render button. Then only the rendering or exporting will take place. So I click this rendering button and it's exporting. So you are seeing, right? And export was completed also. So once it's completed, we can open the exported video from our Explorer. So here I stored in some place. So I'm going to that place. I'm searching for it. Where did I store it? It is in, yeah, After Effects videos. Okay, yeah, I can play this video. So you can see that the animation is working now. So that's it, guys. This is how you can create your quick animation. You can use different options in Adobe Premiere, and you have seen so many things now. Thanks for watching the video, and we will meet next time. Bye.